politics in Russia is seen as boring by Russians because it's a
Well, the Russians that I speak to would see it as there's no politics. I mean, you have Putin, who has a guy who's shorter than him as president, who does whatever he says to do, and they create the myth of he's the good czar. He might be the one that's going to really be a Democrat, and Putin's firm. And then you have the left and the right, a false opposition. So there's really no politics. There's no. The only Democrat that actually tried to do something last election was Gary. I'm sorry, Gary.
Kasparov?
Yeah, Kasparov.
Yep.
I mean, he's independent. He has money. He could speak. So his little party did absolutely nothing. We would meet with him frequently when we'd go to Moscow. Murashev was the manager of the Russian chess team. So he's very, very close to Kasparov. So truthfully, I don't see any politics in Russia. I mean, it's less politics than there was during the Soviet period, because at least you could watch the Politburo and some sort of a party doing something. But now it's pretty much run by the KGB aides of Putin, in my opinion. I mean, I could be entirely wrong, but I don't see much there as a political opposition.
Yeah. And yet, you mentioned Kasparov, who is obviously a charismatic figure. Bonner, we mentioned before. I mean, these were people of some substance and again, charisma, but you think they've just been essentially...
Well, a lot of them have left. Some of them have been co-opted. I mean, the situation was entirely different. Then people were... it was very, very dismal. I mean, things were clearly wrong in the Soviet Union, so they had people that realized we have to change what we're doing. Now they're taking at least this is again my opinion, they're taking the oil wealth. Russia's basically a mineral exporting state now. Instead of subsidizing Nicaraguans and Cubans, they're subsidizing Russian people. So Russian people are living somewhat better off of the oil wealth than they were before. The oligarchs and the people that are in power are living very, very much better. But the safety valve is there that you have a lot of Russians are able to leave that want better lives. And then you do have better lives for some of the young people where they do have jobs for some, and they do have better standard of living because they are putting more of their oil proceeds into maintaining the population.